in Anderson Township. It is another episode of the One More and I'm Out of Here podcast. Very special. And I would like to be among the very first to say Happy New Year and welcome to 2024. How about that?
How about that?
Great
Our
job.
first podcast of the brand new year.
Yep. I had New Year's resolutions not to ever see you again. And I'm already breaking them like many of you are with your gym memberships. So here we go. Good to see you, Dan. Happy New Year.
I don't make New Year's resolutions.
I think I saw you New Year's Eve. You were a wreck and I loved it.
I was not a wreck. I was having a good time.
You were grinding on Paula. It was awesome.
How was I a wreck though?
Really?
We had a wonderful New Year's Eve party thanks to
You actually sought me out.
the
You
man.
talked to me.
I didn't seek you out.
Yeah, you did. Why don't you just admit it, Dan? You
I'm
sought me
saying
out.
we had a wonderful time thanks to the man to my right, Jason Kiefer,
Oh, wow. Thanks for putting that whole party together.
and
Dave.
the Sons of the American Legion.
Good job, Kiefer. Holy
Oh, I forgot you're on the Sons too.
Well, you are kind of mean to him, Rob. So there's probably a reason you get left out of some things.
That's probably the reason.
I'm
you got
sorry,
a
I
VIP
forgot.
table
I
party.
forgot you were on the Sons. You're in the Sons too. So my bad.
It's all good, Dan.
My bad.
It's all good.
No, was a great party. It was fun. Dan, you did seem a little inebriated.
When Dan's on the dance floor, you know.
And if we can get Dan, if we can get Dan to pose in the pictures that we
Oh,
posed
shit,
in,
yeah.
Have we put the pictures up for our loyal viewers to see?
yeah, I put it on Instagram.
All right, that's cool.
Yep. Those
That was a great time.
That was fun.
that modeling was pretty telling on the intoxication level going on at that point in time. I don't even know what time of night that was. Was that after midnight or before midnight?
No, it was after.
Oh shit.
And then even the picture that I got with me and Jill turned it dark. I was like, oh, good for you. That a girl.
Pretty disturbing shit going on there. I was
It's
sexually
shit that
assaulted.
American Legion post has never seen before.
No. I'm glad there were no older guys in the club room, I don't think, when we were taking some of those pictures. The shit that Christian and I did, oh fuck.
Oh yeah, one of them would have had a fucking
Very
heart attack.
degrading. Very degrading, if you ask me.
The beauty is Christian and I both looked at each other when we were posing. No posting on social media at the same fucking time. It was like, all right, we read each other's minds.
Have
should
those
always-
pictures been posted on social media?
Sure have
The
not.
ones
They're,
that
in
I
our,
saw.
they're in our private collection.
That should always be the disclaimer, though. Like, it's an unwritten rule until you say, "Hey, I'm putting this on the podcast Instagram page."
And you got to ask them when they're sober.
Yeah,
I mean, no drunk question.
it's not a binding contract if they're under the influence.
It's
So that's the default position,
I think we need.
that the pictures don't get posted unless both parties agree
I think we need
while
a,
they're in a sober
a
state.
sober signature the next.
That's
day.
probably not going to happen, though. That's probably never going to happen
Yeah.
because I know where you're going with that.
So
I know,
basically,
I know exactly where you're going.
Where
with
who's going? Where I'm going
that.
with
Yeah,
that?
where you're going with that because of the picture that we posted
I'm just going to assume
when
it's
you weren't
going on.
here, where we drew on you.
Oh, we gave.
No,
permission.
I haven't. I'm not even thinking about that.
Carol Kiefer and I gave permission for that photo, so it's fine. We were sober at the time.
Yeah, 2 out of 3. Democracy rules.
2 out of the 3 parties gave consent.
Don't be a woke millennial, Dan. Squeaky wheel is not getting the juice on this one.
So here we are on the anniversary of today is January 6th, 2024.
I was gonna buy John Vikings helmet.
I know. I was
But I
hoping.
couldn't
I was
find it.
hoping you were going to.
I couldn't find the damn thing.
Have you seen the video where that guy
Ad nauseum.
is in the Senate and he's up there?
Yes, we played the video. Are you talking about where he's up at the podium thing? The cops watching.
And the cops walk in and tell him it's time to go.
Yeah,
And they all start walking out.
you played the fucking video.
I'm just trying to refresh everyone's memory.
Okay, your own.
It was not an insurrection. Although all day
There we go again.
on the news, Biden talked about it last night, trying to convince everyone that January 6th was an insurrection. It was not an insurrection. Rob, let me ask you a question.
Yes, it's full on hardness is an erection. So
No,
an insurrection.
insurrection.
Oh, my bad.
On January 6th, 2021, who was president of the United States that day?
Yeah, that's a hard one.
Ja-
Donald Trump.
I didn't study.
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump.
You got to give me a fucking heads up on this shit, Dan.
It's it's a simple question.
Yes, Donald Trump.
Donald Trump was
Final
president
answer.
of the United States that day.
Can I phone a friend? Final answer.
You cannot engage in insurrection against yourself.
I concur. I concur.
It's impossible.
That is true.
You can't because Donald Trump is the living embodiment of the United States government.
David Carradine tried to do it.
Therefore, it's impossible to overthrow yourself. You can't do it. So the word insurrection is wrong, but yet the media, the ruling class, the elites continue to use this phrase to try and bamboozle the American people and convince them that Trump did something wrong that day, which he did not. So if you want to continue with this subject, I'm more than happy.
I do not.
That's my statement.
Happy anniversary.
That's my statement.
Happy anniversary, M. Night Shyamalan. No insurrection.
Why are you saying M. Night Shyamalan? Did he do something in...
No, it's the guy with the helmet on,
It's
right?
dyslexia. It's QAnon shaman, but yeah, he's got dyslexia.
M. Night Shyamalan is just
He's
either.
the guy that makes the crazy movies.
Rob learned high school in the trailers out back. What's fact?
I can't remember all this
fact. Man up in high
QAnon and
school.
all this other shit.
There is a lot. There's a lot to pack in there.
There's a lot of fucked up names nowadays, man. I asked a guy how he spelt Robert the other day, and he looked at me like I was like, look, man, I'm not fucking shit's weird.
ROB Ert.
Yeah.
That's how you spell Robert.
I had one guy spell it with 2 T's at the S end. I'm like, oh, fucking Christ, are you kidding me?
Could be a spelling.
He could have a stutter or a slight tremor. Who knows? Speaking of those and the woke generation, the British Film Institute, America, soon to follow, is now issuing trigger warnings on James Bond's classic movies.
Oh, for God's sake.
That it will cause some to be offended. I am fucking offended that some would get offended
Yeah.
at a James Bond movie with Sean Connery or the other shit. Are we? I thought we were kind of getting past this fucking woke ass bullshit.
Let me ask you guys a question. Who's your favorite James Bond? Just a rando question, but
mine is Roger Moore.
I like the Craig kid.
see, I'm a Connery all day long. See,
Sean Connery was great.
Three different personalities, three different perspectives. I
I
like
like
it.
the new ones with the Craig. What's his first name?
Daniel Craig.
Daniel Craig.
Craig.
Oh no, he's great.
Yeah.
I mean, Roger Moore was awesome, but there's just something about Sean Connery. Sean Connery was a straight up fucking pimp. Straight up pimp.
He was a badass.
Oh, Cincy 513. Yeah, you're late for the January 6th rant.
Already hit it, man.
Sorry.
Catch us tomorrow on January 7th.
Are we doing a podcast tomorrow?
Oh, Jesus Christ. See, now you caused us to confuse Dan.
That's not on my schedule.
He'll be here. No, it's not tomorrow. Dan.
And you're going to cause me to have a fucking stroke.
But yeah, so 2024, I guess we're bringing back the woke warnings.
Stupid.
I could give Cincy 513 a recap of what I said about
No,
January
that's not.
6th.
No,
Hey,
we're good.
This is from the One More and I'm Out of Here Film Institute. We are issuing a
Because
warning.
I've got an entire theory on this that I've had since day one.
Write it down.
And
We
the
are
more
issuing a
time
warning that if you watch this show, you may be offended.
Actually,
the more time that goes by, the
Don't make
more
me
I'm
mute you.
proven right on my theory.
don't make me mute you. Great idea. You put it to the computer, email it to me, and then I will put it on the Instagram, almost like a journal entry for you.
Okay.
Yeah, but we got to put it through the editors first, the censor bureau. Make sure nothing triggers anybody.
You want me to start working on that now?
I like the fact that we have
I've got my word processing program.
Yeah,
I can
just sit
start.
in the corner over there, Dan, and work on that.
I can just do it right here during the course of the show.
Dude, I have my word processing program.
Jesus.
Well, I do.
It's called Microsoft Word, motherfucker.
Well, no, it's called. It's not that. Hold on. Let me see if I can dial it.
Fuck. Here we go. I can't remember what the
You
old
make
one
me
was.
fucking laugh.
What was the
every
old one in
day.
the
What?
80s?
My word processing program.
Well, I do have a word
If
processing.
he pulls
program.
out a quill and an inkwell,
That's what I'm waiting for.
yeah, or a stone with a fucking chisel and a hammer. In other news,
I know, and now I can't find it though.
But I love the fact that we have one more out of here news network, one more I'm out of here sports network. Now we have a film institute.
and we got a new speak. It's like Big Brother, Big Sister type shit. That's 1984 Orwellian. They're over there in the corner, and They have to preview anything and everything we publish.
There it is. There's
With
my
the
word
written word.
processing program.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
count-
look up in the top corner. It's called Microsoft Word.
I don't think it is.
Oh my God, yes. it
Are
is.
you fucking kidding me?
That's
And it's
called
a blank
something else.
fucking page, just like you've written so much, just like you've read.
Word. Word.
Let's see.
Oh,
Microsoft doesn't say Word though.
Oh my
it's
God.
that's the fucking sign for it. You fuck.
It's called Microsoft Pages.
I thought I downloaded a different one.
I love it. Oh, do you have a transcriber at home?
Keep that one, Dan. That's the better one.
A stenographer that lives with you that types up your notes for the radio.
No, I do it myself.
You guys remember that propane tank
That's
where all the rich people went
Not
down?
a conspiracy theory.
You remember the propane tank where all the rich people went down to see the Titanic wreck and fucking wreck
That
themselves?
was one of the top stories of 2023.
Yes, it was.
What about it?
Well, guess what? We got something coming up in 2024 that's going to be even even fucking better. There's an 8-passenger luxury balloon coming out. Fucking shit, you're not. A luxury balloon that you can get on.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah,
Are you serious, Clark?
and you can ride through the atmosphere and experience zero gravity and come back. What could go wrong with that?
I watched Felix Baumgartner.
What could fucking go wrong?
I watched him jump out of that fucking balloon space capsule at the stratosphere. And the whole time I watched it live, and the whole time my fucking palms were sweating.
You had a fucking spacesuit on.
And he fucking hit terminal velocity in a spin where I'm starting to get a little bit lightheaded. You fucking think? Now, good for you. I mean, that guy's a badass too.
I mean, he made it all right.
Holy shit. I've never been so fucking nervous about a guy I've never met.
Space perspective unveiled the first images of its completed test capsule structure, making a significant milestone in its journey towards making space exploration reality for
In a
tourists.
balloon?
In a fucking balloon.
It honestly, it looks like one of those hamster wheel things.
It's not a hot air balloon.
I don't know. It's like a hamster wheel looking thing.
Is it in an enclosed capsule that you ride in?
Spaceship Neptune will hang beneath a hydrogen balloon the size of a football field, which will carry the capsule up to an altitude of 100,000 feet.
Hindenburg.
You know what? Some nut job kind of around this area might think it's a Chinese spy balloon and try to shoot that fucker down.
Hindenburg comes to mind when I
Up that high, the curvature of the
When I
earth
think
and the
about
darkness of space can be seen with the naked eye.
Jesus.
After 2 hours of rising, 2 hours of sightseeing, and 2 hours of a slow descent, passengers would float safely inside the capsule on ocean waves until they were picked up.
Well,
Nothing could go wrong there. Oh, fucking Christ. If you look at the picture of this thing, it's just a huge balloon with a string hanging down in this little fucking acorn looking thing with 8 people inside.
Did you send one to Jason?
No.
Well, you should have. Then we could see.
Well,
then we
Jason
could
can
see a
fucking
picture.
Google it real quick and pop up a pic. It's unbelievable. Do they not learn? I mean, let's just jam 8 people in anything and fucking either go to the depths of the ocean floor or the heights of the space and see what happens.
So you're saying this, if someone actually gets in and rides that thing, it may not end well.
Do you think that should have been thought about too with the propane tank going down to the Titanic?
It was a little more than a propane tank, but
It was the size of a propane tank.
yeah, I know.
This is going to be awesome. So sometime next year, hopefully, we'll be talking about this. Holy shit. Largest windows ever flown into space.
I don't know. If I'm going to go into space, I want to go all the way. I want to go into orbit. I don't want to go up just to the edge, look around for 30 or 40 seconds, and then come back down.
It's 2 hours up there, Dan. It does look plush inside. Oh my gosh. The inclusion of plants and herbs such as lavender, basil, and rosemary adds a touch of Earth's natural beauty
Oh my
to the
God.
space lounge. Safety precautions.
They got a glory hole in there. You can join the 10-mile high club.
And Neptune is
10 mile high before you fucking explode. No
this,
pun intended.
This is great. So the Neptune, it carries 8 people. It's equipped with a backup descent system featuring 4 parachutes.
Oh,
So what do you do? Play rock
That's
paper,
comforting.
scissors with your seatmate? Oh my God.
6513 said from the people who brought you the Titanic submersible.
Fuck.
I mean, I'm all about you have to experiment. Like we would have
Uh.
never gotten to the moon. We wouldn't have done this type of shit. But now all of a sudden everybody wants to be able to go.
Why don't we tell Peter to go fuck off, put some monkeys in that motherfucker and see what happens? That's what we did in the 60s, 50s and 60s.
Exactly.
well, the thing is, these things, whether you're going to go to the depths of the ocean or the very outer reaches of the Earth's atmosphere
I don't think the
are
Explorer went to the
extremely
depths
dangerous.
deliberately.
To think that we are at the point where we can do this, where it becomes as routine as getting on an airplane and flying across the country, is completely two different things.
That still doesn't end well all the time.
And there's still certain parameters in my life that I'm good with not exceeding. I'm good.
Yeah.
I have no desire. I don't want to go to Mars. I have no desire to go to Mars. All these people are vying for their spot on the fucking ship to go to Mars.
Pretty sure my window for going to Mars is closed.
Oh,
But,
don't say that, Dan.
I'm just saying. I'm pretty sure
You're just an old-looking 34. It's fine.
That's
Why don't we do a fundraiser for all the woke fucking bitches and send them to Mars? I love the 4 parachutes, so that is priceless.
I like that rock, paper, scissors.
Yes. Fuck.
I did not know that was a thing.
Someone once said to me, I said, "You ever go skydiving?" He said, "No." And I said, "Why not?" He said, "To my way of thinking, there's nothing flimsier than a parachute."
Well, I mean, they work if they're packed right.
Yeah.
It's a lot of ifs in there.
I would be nice.
Dan, I'll pack your parachute. Let's go.
I'd be nice to the guy that packs and shoots.
Should we do a one more and I'm out of here skydiving this summer?
We talked about it.
I know. Should we do it?
Fuck.
Dan said he would. I remember Dan saying he would.
Yep. I'm in.
I'm
Fuck it.
scared shitless to do it.
Let me make sure my life insurance is paid up. I'm in. Fuck it.
Oh, you're supposed to have life
Is
insurance.
this going to be before or after our what are we calling that? Our outdoor adventure?
I just said summertime. We can figure schedules out. We gotta get into your golf schedule
Put it this
and
way,
everything else.
we're
We have
not
to make sure
jumping-
that we can have time.
I am going to play a lot of golf this year. I
We're
can tell
not
you
jumping out of a fucking plane until he pays me.
that. So
That's
who
all
pays you what?
The $500.
I don't know. You $500.
Oh, when you lose at golf, darts, and fucking poker,
Well, that hasn't happened yet.
you're paid.
And
You're paid
I'm
before you die
going to
tonight.
go on record right now saying I will not lose.
Okay.
Ooh, I like the confidence.
I do too.
Saying
After I watched you throw clubs at a simulator.
I didn't throw clubs.
Kiefer rolling on the field.
There were 3 clubs that were slammed.
Yep.
That would have been a throw had we not been indoors.
Last Saturday. Yeah, and you look like a pimp on the first
And you
one.
caught
got
one.
Lucky on that.
You
one.
caught one because it bounced off a fucking mat with rubber underneath, and you caught it. And
Well, that's what I was trying to do.
And then thought, oh yeah, I'm sure. No, that's not. I guarantee it's.
I
not.
did not throw a club.
You didn't throw it. You slammed it
I bounced it off the turf.
So everybody
with
knows.
a God damn it.
Everybody knows what a golf simulator is. You hit the screen and shit. You can see them at discount golf and shit to try out clubs. Well, our friend Scott got one installed at his warehouse during COVID for us degenerates to have something to do when shit was closed down. And we did a one more and I'm out of here field trip with about 5 other guys last Saturday and played for about 3 hours. High stakes, $5 a game. It was fun. We like doing it. Dan,
It's a donation on my end, but
it's AstroTurf that you hit off of, and Dan is lining up the shit like he's on a fucking PGA tour. I was waiting for him to pick up pieces of AstroTurf to see where the wind was blowing.
no, I will go to Dan's defense a little bit. I would have been frustrated too because Dan had some really good shots that just didn't register for whatever reason.
I was hoping he was worn out.
My game was too much for the machine. to handle.
Oh, Jesus Christ! All right, so
that's the way I look at it.
all right, so now I'm not going. I'm retracting my going to bat
It's too late.
because you could.
The words already came out of your mouth.
I can retract. You're in media. You know how that works.
Well, actually, we talked after you left. Scott needs to configure the game like Deadleg's playing with us for your swing.
We'll get Deadleg to play for you.
That'll be fine.
Good times. And you cannot go to do those things with thin skin. It was
Oh,
merciless.
not with that group.
Holy shit.
It was fun.
Even the one guy not playing, our boy RB,
We had fun.
was crucifying people.
Oh, it's fun as hell. But yeah, it's with the group that we hang out with. Nobody is safe.
No.
You could blast a 320-yard drive down the center, and they will find something wrong with it.
Peebs had
Peebs was rocking that day.
Peebs had cancer a couple of places, and we always give him shit because he uses that. He had childhood cancer, and then he had cancer on his lip. He uses it to get extra strokes when we play golf in the summertime, and he starts spouting his shit. I'm like, Peebs, there are no strokes here. You're on my fucking team. He's my teammate, and he's giving me shit. So I start giving him shit and throwing his clubs down on the ground.
The
So he had to pick
dissension
him up.
in the ranks of your team was fantastic.
Unbelievable. I mean, you guys didn't even have to chip into causes to have an argument.
I know.
It just happens. It was fun. Good times.
So yesterday at the firehouse, and I had heard it had been blowing up the internet with the whole Shannon Sharp, Katt Williams interview. I know you talked to you guys beforehand. You guys hadn't seen it.
Now, who exactly is Katt Williams?
Katt Williams is a little short black fellow, about like this. Was born in Cincinnati, but he very, very well-known comedian. Has a bunch of Netflix specials and whatever. He calls himself like the little pimp or whatever. He's funny. He's funny as hell.
Is he the guy on the Dr. Pepper commercial?
No,
Okay.
no, but he looks and kind of sounds like him. But
Those commercials are racist. Everybody knows it.
Shannon Sharp had him on his podcast, Club Shay Shay, and I've watched a couple of those episodes, and he brings in all these big names.
Is Shay Shay short for Shannon Sharp?
I'm assuming. I don't know. I didn't.
S-H-A-S-H-A.
I didn't. Well, it's S-H-A-Y. It's S-H-A-Y. But I didn't help him come up with the name, Dan.
I'm just.
But that's probably a good assumption.
Or
There.
is it drag show?
But I hadn't seen. I physically. I seen the internet, Instagram and all this stuff blowing up about everything Katt Williams was saying, but I hadn't physically watched it. It's like a 3-hour YouTube podcast, and then I'm assuming he puts it to audio. But fucking hilarious. Katt Williams scorched the fucking earth on all of these big comedians that we know of. Steve Harvey, Cedric the
Do you
Entertainer.
have a clip?
Yeah, I've got multiple clips.
Let's hear one.
But I'm getting to it.
Okay. All right.
God damn.
I'm just saying.
I didn't pull the Steve Harvey or the
The anticipation is killing me.
I didn't pull the Cedric or the fucking Steve Harvey ones, but he's saying that Steve Harvey stole jokes from him, and and he was like, I wouldn't be on your show if I didn't have proof that this happened, whatever. But he blasted, and I got to figure out which one it is.
Steve Harvey's got to be rich as fuck.
Yeah.
He blasted
Fucking guy. that
fucking
does
P.
everything.
Diddy and said that he turned down $50 million on 4 different occasions because P. Diddy wanted to fuck him.
Like bone him in the ass.
Yeah.
P. Diddy's into that sort of thing.
Well, I didn't know that, but apparently, let me see which one it is.
Rob, do you have any comment on that?
I didn't see it. I think I know who Katt Williams is.
Turned down $50 million 4 times just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about. Right. Because P. Diddy be wanting to party. And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no.
I saw that, and I was like, what in the absolute fuck?
Isn't P. Diddy the one that rolls with one of the Kardashians?
I think everybody.
No, that's
rolled with one of the
Kanye.
Kardashians.
That's Kanye
Okay.
West, which, that's funny. It's a good little segue.
Everybody
Okay.
rolled with
Because
Kardashian.
he blast fucking Kanye and Kim Kardashian. He pretty much called Kanye retarded.
Well, who's P. Diddy roll with? Like as far as female companionship?
Oh, that he was with J-Lo
J-Lo,
for
yeah.
a while. Well, he's not anymore. I don't know who he's with now. Again, I don't pay attention to
And he wants to have butt sex with this guy?
Jesus
at one
Christ.
point in time.
Something's wrong there.
When
Hold on.
J-Lo or this guy?
You're the one that's like, so what do you expect? The guy married a whore. Like, what?
Oh, Lord.
Like, I didn't mean it like that. I mean, married her because she was one. Not he didn't know. He understood that he told a guy that writes musical lyrics that he was a genius. You're the one that's like, so what do you expect? The guy married a whore.
They
But why is Shannon Sharp acting all surprised if he had this guy on his show?
Well, because I honestly don't think watching it, I honestly don't think he realized some of the answers that were going to come out of his fucking mouth. Like they started and they're drinking cognac and shit in the beginning. And I mean, he lit off right in the beginning about Steve Harvey and how Steve Harvey stole jokes that he had already been televised.
Yeah.
And Steve Harvey had fucking throw him into his bit, his act. And Shannon Sharp goes, I'm gonna cut you off. He goes, I've had less than you. And literally it was like 10 minutes, not even 10 minutes in. But it was, if you guys haven't checked it out, it's actually very, very funny.
And that dude's from Cincinnati.
Yeah, he was born here.
was he in Friday?
Yes. Well, he was in I think Friday After Next. He was Money Mike, whichever character Money Mike was in.
So he's like the January 19th Friday. Because next Friday is January 12th.
Yeah, yeah, that's exactly right, Rob. Good work.
Thank you, buddy. Been working
What the
on
hell
that.
does that mean?
Simple math. Simple math, Dano.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Right?
Cincy 513 said P Diddy offered me $1,200 for a hand job. Were you giving or receiving? Because it seems like he wants to be the giver, so he might have wanted to give you one.
I'd do it. As long as the rule would be no looking and no talking.
But that Club Shay Shay got like over 1.5 million views in like 3 days because it got so viral, so electric.
That's because of Shannon Sharp.
No,
He
gets a lot. Don't get me wrong, but it's all the shit that that Katt Williams said. Now I'll be curious. I'll be curious to see as this plays out. You give it a week, a month, 6 months. I made the joke yesterday. I said, P. Diddy's going to have that motherfucker killed. That guy's going to get fucking knocked off at some point, and not in the way you want to get knocked off. With all the shit that he said.
We know Suge Knight's still alive, right?
Isn't he in prison though?
Yeah, but
he's got people.
You can get out.
Does this guy have his own podcast?
Who, Katt Williams?
Yeah.
I don't know.
What are the chances?
Probably pretty good. I mean, fuck, us three idiots have a podcast.
Wow.
So everybody's got a podcast. Seems like. So
he went on the Shannon Sharp podcast to further his own brand.
Well,
obviously.
He had people like Shannon Sharp had other people that Katt Williams wanted to come on and kind of set the record straight as the way it appeared and the way it sounded. But it's still fucking ballsy.
You know what they should do?
Will he be on the Joe Rogan show next?
I don't know.
They should do an 8
You,
mile.
you want me to give you his fucking number? You're asking a lot of questions that I don't have the answers to.
I'm just speculating.
I'm sure he's going to get a little bit more notoriety.
This is how
for all
these
the
things
shit he's
happen.
saying.
You got to strike while the iron is hot. Maybe he'll be on The View.
Sure.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I reached out to him last night to try to get him on this.
Rob, you watch The
He
View
was
every
busy
day,
today.
don't you?
No, I don't. We should do an 8 mile funny off. Get Steve Harvey, the little guy Cat, and a couple others up there. See, unscripted. See who can just bust each other's balls like a roast. See who's funnier. That'll prove it.
I'm still waiting for your stand up.
Yeah.
Your open mic night.
My legs hurt. Man.
Your open mic night.
I know.
You can sit on a stool.
You're gonna have an open mic night?
He talked about it.
Talked about it one day.
The Rob Herking comedy show?
5 minutes. I can roll 5 minutes about Dan Carroll. You know what the
That's all the material you got.
other shit.
I keep waiting. Can't wait for it.
No one's gonna get any of your joke.
No, I was gonna do it, but fucking Steve Harvey stole all my shit, so now I got to rewrite stuff. Fucking A, man.
Go check that out though. It was entertaining. Talking about how Kim Kardashian's a whore, and if Pete Davidson's big hog couldn't keep Kim Kardashian, that just shows how big a whore she is.
It looks like he's fucking dead 10 years, man. If you look at his eyes,
I get it. Oh, he's an ugly motherfucker.
That's pretty rough.
Yeah, he pulled zero punches.
I like it.
I was shocked. I mean, it's ballsy as fuck to go out. You know what's going on the internet. You know everybody's going to see
So
it.
because he was drinking the cognac?
He says it's not. He says he has facts for everything that he stated.
You ever enjoyed a nice cognac?
I have.
especially
It's been a while. But
that's
I've
ballsy, especially after that shit this past week on
cognac or brandy.
Who were the two that were calling out the Epstein bullshit? Fucking the guy.
Yeah, because Aaron Rodgers said something about him being on the Epstein list, and then Kimmel got all indignant.
I'll see you in court.
And then the list comes out, and Kimmel's name is on it.
Fucking awesome. Hey, truth is the greatest defense to slander and defamation. And there are a lot of people.
Hilarious.
If you're gonna throw rocks, make sure your window's open, bitch. Especially if you're in that glass house and have good aim. No, I love it. I love the little celebrity feuds. You know what it reminds me of?
FYI, Eric's internet is shaky right now. Just giving you a heads up.
All right.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't really pay attention to all that celebrity feud stuff.
I love it. It kind of reminds me of the Orthodox Jews and the regular Jews.
Who's got time for it though?
Jewish people?
Who's got time to follow all those comings and goings?
Well, Keith, do you got that footage?
I do. I'm pulling it up right now.
So let's go. Speaking of,
More footage.
Let's shift gears.
We got a video heavy show today. I love it.
it goes kind of hand in hand with the celebrity feuds, and this one is Jewish feud. I don't know if a Jew can be anti-Semitic towards another Jew, but here we go.
To support Palestinian rights. We as Jews are embarrassed what's happening there in the state of Israel in the Jewish name. And what's your message to the people of Palestine? They shouldn't give up the struggle. They should continue to fight and not give up the struggle against the state of Israel, because by the end, Palestine will be free, because this is truth. Will succeed by the end. What's your message to the people of Palestine?
Where's the Mel Brooks one?
We feel very shame what's going on there, especially they're doing everything in our name, in the name of Jews, in the name of the Torah, in the name of God. It's so shameful. We are with you. You have to know. The Zionists are strong. We are weak. But God is on our side. At the end of the day, the Palestinian flag will be on all Palestine, from the river to the sea.
Fuck.
Now, these Orthodox Jews in New York predominantly, I know they're everywhere, but
Are these plants? Are these fakes? Are these real Jews?
There's a fucking community in New York of these Orthodox Jews. I thought they were Amish people. I was like, where are their fucking horse and carts? When I was in New York for business all the time, excuse me, these people would get on a yellow school bus, and I don't know where in the fuck they went to, but at night they just disappeared. They had all this fucking hair thing and stuff, and I think it's real. I was drunk one night, and on a $100 bet, I almost went up and yanked one of the fucking muff things, but I did not. They get on a bus, go someplace. You know what they should do? Get that bus together of these fucking Orthodox Jews that are pro-Palestine. Take them to Newark Airport. Fly their asses over to the Gaza Strip.
Send them.
Drop them off. You're with the Palestinian people. See how that goes. They will love you.
So I'm not super familiar by any means, like with the Orthodox Jew community and like how that all works. But I did.
Old
My medical director at the firehouse actually told me that when he was in New York, he had a doctor buddy up there, that they actually have their own volunteer EMS service. Yeah. So Orthodox takes care of Orthodox, and that's it.
Yep.
They won't call FDNY. They'll call a fucking 10-digit number.
Do you think it looks
if you're having a heart attack?
Do you think their Orthodox Jew firefighter with his head out the window looks like a fucking Labrador with its ears blowing in the wind?
My God, you're offensive.
Is that offensive? I mean, look at the wings on that thing.
Look at the wings.
They don't even eat pickles because they might not be.
I don't understand it.
The whole concept.
I have chosen to not. I just don't care.
The whole concept of self-hating Jews, or Jews that hate America, or Jews that hate Israel, just doesn't make any sense.
They should join with all the gays for Palestine and go over together. meet at Newark. Go over together. But it also brings me to another point.
It's just like all the other protesters, though, too. Like, go fight the fight. Yes. If you feel that strongly about it, then go over and help.
Go sign up. Yeah, go sign up at your nearest.
I'm completely fine with that.
Speaking of
your nearest Hamas recruiting station.
Speaking of their allies, all the Orthodox Jews, here you go to New Jersey, it's right there, right around the corner. Take your little school bus, magic school bus. The wheels on the bus go round and round to a mall in New Jersey where a Jewish family was speaking out after their teenage daughter, was yelled at for wearing an IDF, Israeli Defense Forces jacket to a New Jersey mall. It was caught on video at the American Dream Mall in East Rutherford. A Palestinian family started yelling at this woman. You should be embarrassed, white piece of shit, while declaring they're from Palestine and they're proud to say it. I love the fact that the mall's name is American Freedom, American Dream. The Palestinians, who took down a couple of fucking towers, their religion did, is yelling at another religion and being racist. And we're okay with that. Are you, Dan? You didn't listen to it.
I'm not really sure I caught the gist of that story.
I don't think you listened to any of that.
I don't know, Rob. The way you tell stories and they just like come completely out of the blue, had something to do with the mall.
It was Jewish, Dan.
He saw "fuck you" in it.
It was Jewish.
I honestly, I was trying to listen to that story. I didn't catch the gist of it.
That's fine. Dan.
Well, you want to run that by me again?
Not at all. No, I'm not.
Like the biggest part of that to me is you have all this infighting in this country, and I understand everybody has different beliefs and whatever, and we're all about doing the fucking peaceful protest and whatever, but when you start verbally assaulting and shit, like, I don't agree with it. I don't care if it's, even something that I feel strongly about.
A teenager.
When you're verbally assaulting, but yeah, I mean, to your point, I mean, it's fucking stupid, man. People just need to be adults, vote the way you want to fucking vote, and do it, and then we'll see how it shakes out. But when things are going on, across the world, yeah, we need to be in tune with it, but we don't need to be fucking fighting here.
The Orthodox Jews should stop at Home Depot, get shovels, grab those Palestinian people, take them over, because I think they have to recreate those tunnels.
Well, they did get flooded.
Yeah, flooded, blown up.
That was a lot of. That was a
Oh,
lot
they
of
were
water.
using a
Lot of
hospital
fucking
as a
water.
fucking HQ, baby. I love it.
And there's a hell of a lot more tunnels under there than they knew what was under there.
Those they have been fighting in the Middle East. I don't give a fuck what part of the Middle East. They've been fighting for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. When they stop fighting is when we have a big fucking problem.
And guess what?
Keep it over there.
They'll be fighting for thousands and thousands and
Right.
thousands of more years,
And
long after we're all gone.
I don't want to see innocent people die, but I live here. I vote. Yeah, I vote the way I vote. I take care of my family the way I take care of my family, to try not to fucking be an innocent victim of some bullshit. But it's a fucking crazy world no matter where you're at.
I love
It's
the
worse over there. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that it's not, but it's just so fucking frustrating.
I hope this vile couple that's screaming at this teenage girl comes to the Midwest. You're in a woke ass blue state of New Jersey and New York, where guns aren't prevalent. You get up in some fucking hillbilly's face in the Midwest or Texas. I don't think it's going to go good. I think everybody in the Midwest, Texas, all us Redders should wear IDF jackets and see what happens. You want to do that?
IDF jackets.
Stand in
we're-
solidarity for this little girl.
I think you should.
We're not in Israel, though.
I think you should wear one.
IDF, just wear it. See if you get yelled at.
Every one of your ideas is, I think we all should.
Aren't we a team?
I think you should start.
Aren't we a team? Teamwork.
Why don't you go
We
get
don't
that?
necessarily always agree.
Why don't you go get IDF printed right under Fukamas? You got
That's not bad.
so
Fucking
that could
idea.
be like a list of
Bad
all the.
idea.
That's the rally cry.
Rich
then-
is on in the chats, or he was.
That's not a bad idea, man.
That'll be Rob's new shirt.
Israel defense.
So like
forces.
all your bright ideas, you can print them on that one hoodie you have,
Instead of charge, it says.
and then at the
Fukamas.
end of the year we can review. Look at all this shit that's printed on Rob's hoodie.
And as
You can print it down the sleeves. You can print it on the back.
as Rob's leading that charge, he'll steal. And then he'll scream Fukamas.
Fukamas. I think it's a great rallying cry, and I'm going to float it over to Israel for the IDF jackets that they use. It'll probably help morale. It's a great thing. Speaking of Rich being in the chats, engraved in USA and business for over 25 years, engraving your business awards, promotional employee and customer items, brewery drinkware, golf outing accessories, promotional recognition items. If you're a global or small company, we have the team that can design and produce quality items to enhance your business. Call the team of Tanya, Tammy, Tim, or Rich at 513-682-2557 and say 100% to get the best personal touch from our friends at Engraved in USA.
Nicely done.
I am looking forward to my next batch of shit from Engraved in USA.
Do it.
They did already make a mug for a friend that's going to be on the podcast, hopefully in January. And he is running for Congress, 2nd District. We announced last year, well, a month ago, that Brad Winstrip is stepping down in December to spend more time with family, beloved congressman and veteran. He has been a member of our podcast before. And
He was that was a fun one.
it was. And we appreciate his service to our country in all capacities and look forward to his next adventure. But we're also going to bring on a couple of them that are running to fill that seat for the 2nd District, which doesn't include our ability to vote, but we do have people to the east that we communicate with regularly.
We got peeps.
And should be a good time. Do you have anything lined up for him yet? For your guy, Dave? Keith?
Not yet.
All right. I'll get a hold of my guy. Should be a good time. The primary's in May, so it'll be decided then who's going to fill the remaining term for Congressman Winstrip. We'll go from there. I'm sure we'll hear some shit from Pappas.
That's big shoes to fill.
It is. It is. Hell, he's a hero from the
I know
softball game.
Phil Heimlich's going to run for it.
Really?
Yeah.
Phil from Hamilton County in the city.
That Phil from the very same. Phil
So
Heimlich.
So he's going to go all the way out east to the rural counties to West Virginia.
How's that work?
The only way they're going to know him is maybe if they've ever had to give the Heimlich maneuver to a family member. Didn't his grandpa invent that?
Yes.
All right. Fuck
Yeah, I
it.
think-
Actually, it's Phil's father.
Okay.
Yeah, I was trying to
Dr.
figure out the
Heimlich, yeah.
lineage.
I couldn't remember if it was father or grandfather. That'd be weird. I mean,
It's going to be strange. It's strange for us because I mean we've heard Wenstrup's name.
yeah, he's a
I
city
mean, as
guy.
long as I can remember.
I don't even know our guy's name because they redistrict everything and they took Wenstrup east
Yeah.
to Claremont, out to West Virginia, and up north to just south of Columbus.
Need to get, we always have to get re-educated on where we're at, who we got.
You're saying you don't know who your representative in Congress is?
That's exactly what I'm saying. Dan.
Currently,
Wow.
currently, I don't know. You can call me stupid, Dan. I call you stupid all the time. Go ahead.
I have no idea, Dan.
Are you going to give the answer?
Greg Landsman.
Why do you guys?
That's
say,
exactly why I don't
Why
really
do you
give a
say
shit.
it like that?
What?
Landsman.
Former
That's his name, Greg Landsman.
former Cincinnati city councilman who's a
Former
fucking crook.
Chislin, Cincinnati council member.
You say it like Lowry, Mike Lowry.
Lowry.
His name is Landsman. Greg
Yeah,
Landsman.
He said it like Mike Lowry.
Not a big fan, but he's a big liberal Democrat.
Well, when they redistricted, it fucked me all up, and I couldn't remember who
Yeah.
it was.
Well, good. I'm glad he's
And he's a douche.
he's protecting our interests.
But he was part of the Gang of Five on Cincinnati City Council when they were all
Crooks?
Is that text message?
they were all text messaging each other and essentially having a city council meeting that, Rob, as you know, under the Sunshine Laws, not supposed to happen.
We don't know what sunshine is in January and February, but I do know what the sunshine
Yeah.
laws are.
And then he claimed, "Well, I'm new. I'm a rookie to this, so I didn't know that we weren't all supposed to be." He actually, during the course of those text messages, said something to the effect, "Are we supposed to be doing this?" Because he had
That works for the people at Epstein.
all
Island.
these council members.
This is my first time here. I didn't know we can't do this.
Yeah, no, see, that doesn't. No, if you're a member of city council, that kind of shit doesn't fly.
Yep.
Because you have a I want to say indoctrination period, but you have a seminars that you go to when you become a council member, and then you learn all the rules and regulations and all that shit, and you're expected to know that shit.
I love the
But
fact.
of course, the people that we send to elective office are dumb as fuck. And that reminds me of another story.
Oh Jesus!
Hold on, let me dial this up here.
Tina Sunderhouse asked, didn't he win against Shabbat? He did
yeah.
beat Shabbat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did. He beat
Because as
Shabbat.
soon as you
Well-
said his name, I know the name. I just didn't
It
realize
was a windy day, and Shabbat's hair didn't look the best.
the quaff.
Yeah, Shabbat was pretty much done. He had done like, I don't know, 8 or 9 terms, something like that. So
You've done a career,
he had a good run. Let's see.
entire fucking career.
Thought you were ready.
Yep.
Hold on, here we go.
We'll get player shackets.
Yeah, it'd be awesome as if you would send this shit to me.
Well, no, this is just a story. There's no video or audio to this.
Doesn't matter. I can at least throw the fucking headline up. But okay, cool. Go ahead.
So there's
Everybody just wants to hear you read like
Boston-
a fucking Audible book.
in Boston, the city council members are called city councilors, and they take the oath of office. So we have this new council member there in Boston had to be reordered to take the oath of office because during the swearing-in ceremony, Tanya Fernandez Anderson appeared not to repeat the oath or raise her right hand.
Was she thinking it?
Uh,
Maybe she didn't know her right hand, left hand, Dan. That's fucking discriminatory.
well, she's I don't know what the hell she is, but she's standing there. She's got I don't know. I don't know. She's claiming some kind of religious privilege here.
What if she didn't have a right arm?
She's got a right arm,
Would there be issues though?
huh?
Would there be issues with that?
So here's what she said after being called out for this. She's an immigrant to this country, got elected to Boston City Council, and So when you have all these members of Boston City Council getting sworn into office, as they tend to do every year,
Falconator, I think I hate America.
she's the one. She decides on her own that she doesn't have to repeat the oath, and she doesn't have to raise her right hand. And here was her response after getting called out on this. She says, so let me get this straight. You're okay with someone mindlessly mouthing an oath only to betray every promise they've made, her statement said. But me internalizing my oath, committing a prayer between myself and God in honor of that oath, is a problem for you. But
Milli Vanilli made a career out of doing that.
you know, Ms. Anderson, that's not the way it works in this country.
Oh my God.
If you're an immigrant to this country, yeah, that's her right there.
You just hate people with Habibs.
No, I don't.
And that's
But
the same color as mine.
Don't come into this country and then get elected to office and decide unilaterally that you're going to change the way that the ceremonies and the traditions and the way that we swear people into office is going to be conducted on your own, and then cry foul when someone comes and says you didn't do it the right way.
I lip synced chorus concerts in grade school. Damn.
I mean, that's complete bullshit.
Can we take, all right, so we're 48 minutes in and we have not even touched even a little bit of the Epstein list.
Ooh, salacious.
Your thoughts, your opinions, your shock, dismay.
I haven't seen it.
But I have a funny ass fucking video from our buddy JR that has to be
All
played.
right, give me a name, Keith, that you were surprised was on there.
I haven't looked at the whole list, to be honest with you. Now,
Is it out now? I was told it came out the 20th.
There have been
they've released some names.
Some.
there was another segment of the list that came out.
Are they notifying people so they can get their shit together in their PR departments?
The one that our friend JR sent, which is fucking gold right now. I was trying not to laugh while I was looking at my phone. But Stephen Hawking was on the list.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So here's a video.
Don't you wish you
Here's
were
a video
slave
of
into him?
Stephen Hawking coming out of hell to defend himself.
Oh my God.
I couldn't help it. Oh my God, I couldn't help it. But Stephen Hawking definitely surprised me. Not super.
And it said he engaged in an orgy.
I'd like to know how that happened. Andrew Santino, who's a comedian who does what the fuck's the name of his podcast? He's a hilarious comedian.
What, does somebody go up to the joystick on his wheelchair and like
Well, they were talking about him being on the list and being on
Mitch
the
Brewer.
island.
You getting some of that, Steven?
Mitch Brewer.
And he was like, hey, how was Epstein's Island? Was okay. Hung out with friends. I mean, the way he did it was fucking absolutely hysterical. But oh my God. Fucking Stephen Hawking, that shocked the shit out of me.
What about Christopher Reeves? Was he on there?
I don't know. But there have been 3 rounds of documents that have been released since Thursday of this past week. The latest one came out last night. And the thing is, it's not as though it's a list of all these names who were associates with Jeffrey Epstein or who made a trip to his island. What they are, the documents are copies of depositions,
Right.
And I guess testimony given during the court proceedings. And you have to read through these transcripts, and that's when various names are dropped.
Somebody will do that and come up with a list.
So, I mean, no one's done that yet, but
I mean, obviously, we knew Clinton was going to be on. We knew Trump was going to be on.
right. But that's the thing. Largely, there's really not a lot new here
No.
that hasn't been leaked out or people didn't know or
Hawking
speculate.
Hawking
before.
was shocking to me, though.
Hawking was new. I think
I didn't even mean to make that rhyme, but it happened.
Jimmy Kimmel popping up on there was there. And I read an article.
Well, that's why he was pissed off at Aaron Rodgers.
Dude, he had big titty girls jumping on a trampoline on his fucking show. Are you shitting me? Is
I
that
read an
correct?
article a day or so ago that Hillary Clinton's name showed up for the first time.
Oh yeah,
You know she's
in
got
one
it.
of
you
these
know,
documents.
you know that bitch fucking raped girls.
That means someone's
You know
taking.
that.
I mean, someone's taking a dirt nap here before too long.
Yeah. Epstein. Sorry, you didn't stop it there.
So yeah, I mean, the whole Epstein thing has been a big build up for not a lot of bang for the buck there.
You remember her yelling like, "I didn't get rid of those emails." Can you imagine her yelling, "You get over here, little girl! You get over here!" I could totally see her doing that. Totally.
Poor Chelsea.
Not good.
Poor
Oh,
Chelsea.
yeah. I mean, they associated and Trump associated. There's a whole bunch of people that associated, but I cannot fathom, and I'm still stuck on it. I cannot fathom Stephen Hawking in an orgy.
Apparently, he went there, and that's what happened.
I mean, he probably watched.
Dude couldn't even
It
push
was
a
like,
fucking joystick.
No.
flip her over, flip her over.
How the fuck does he get any
He couldn't do-
gratification on that?
He couldn't do anything.
How does he get any gratification on that?
I mean, mental
I mean, at the end, the only way he could communicate was
through the fucking.
looking at a computer screen with his eyes, and somehow the computer screen knew what his eye was looking
I
at,
think that's fake.
And that's
and he'd look at individual letters to spell out what he wanted.
and
to
that's
say.
when he was like, "Ah, fuck! The computer said that. I didn't mean to say that. The computer fucked
The
up.
computer said you're safe word. No, go back.
Tuscaloosa, Alabama was not the safe word. That was yesterday."
I know he had sex or probably did previous. Doesn't he have a kid? Hawking, didn't he? He lost his
That's a
ability
good
to
question.
do anything at I think his early 20s. So he knows what it feels like. I'm sure he's touched himself.
I'm sure it's mental. I mean, he gets
But would
you
you
still
wanna-
get mental gratification.
Yeah,
out
but
of
would
it.
you want to look at that without any physical release?
If that's your only fucking choice, then yeah, you have
I'd
to.
rather not look at it. Why get all riled up?
No,
and I can't do shit.
I know you.
Nah.
That if you were in a fucking wheelchair
Why
and
put
had
a
no
fucking
control,
turkey with a meat thermometer that pops up in an oven that's not on because that thermometer is not coming up anyways? You're just gonna have cold turkey. I mean, why fucking even try?
you're so stupid.
Why put it in the fucking oven?
I
Give
don't-
it to the family next door.
I'm sure there's some titillation to actually being there in person and watching. This.
Titillation, use that on purpose,
I see what
pervert.
you did
It's a word.
Pervert. I'm gonna find
What?
it.
It's a look it up in the dictionary. It's a
Insurrection, titillation. You unbelievable.
You're-
2024.
You're
man.
you saying anybody's unbelievable makes me giggle.
Yeah,
that
honestly.
makes me giggle.
You know, like I said, there are some warnings on this show. You might be offended for the woke. I don't know. I mean, it's
All
like
right.
it's like not cooking a fucking turkey with a meat thermometer popping up.
Can we go to the video that I sent you?
Okay, yeah, I'll stop what I'm doing.
What?
All right.
Now that Dan's ready, I'll stop what I'm
Well, I'm just saying, you know, I mean, you mentioned that we were getting close
Real
to
quick,
the end of
I
the,
just want to say one
podcast.
thing. Trashed and dirty hot wings are becoming a cult classic across the U.S. We were fucking doing them here in the Natty 20 years ago.
What?
They were called Howard's Way at Blarney Stone. We fucking make the chicken wings, you pull them out, you roll them in the sauce, and you put them back in. These fuckers are thinking they just came up with it. They're called trashed or dirty wings now.
Jesus Christ.
I'm just going on record with
there,
that.
Is there something fucking shiny in the corner?
No,
Holy fuck.
I'm
Where in the fuck
supporting-
did that come from?
Supporting this, man. I
God
read this
damn.
the other day. I was like, that's Howard's Way. We were doing those fucking 2001.
You're fucking
My dad used to hang out at the Blarney Stone.
Yeah.
my God. I had
don't think he
no
was a big
idea what
wing
the
eater,
fuck.
but-
I thought you were having a stroke again.
No,
I had no idea what you were
I
talking
saw this
about.
article. We've been doing it for a long time.
Like fucking
Yeah,
it's like-
Cincinnati's ahead of the curve on
Yeah,
that
my
motherfucker.
buddy BJ Howard, his dad came up with that shit. It wrecks the fucking grease. That's
like-
why nobody does it all
So
the
how
time.
do you do it? What do you do again?
oh Jesus
You put
Christ.
the wings in the deep fryer,
All right.
cook them, pull them up, you roll them in whatever sauce you want, you put them back down, and it bakes that sauce and it makes
Oh.
it crispy. And then you can have extra sauce on the side. But nonetheless, they were called Howard's Way because Ben Howard loved them that way. All right,
The sauce is baked in.
Who
Yes.
cares?
I
or
fucking
deep- or
love
deep
them.
fried it.
Nobody does it because it wrecks your grease and you have to change your grease more.
Yeah.
But they're great.
Got to have a little integrity.
All
I
right.
love it.
People that are listening across the country, Howard's Way.
Integrity
answer
Farms.
this.
All right, Rob. So I know you haven't seen this video, but I always love to put out videos like these and then analyze them. So this is a video of, again, it comes under the heading of "fuck around, find out."
I like it.
And
Why are
this
you
is-
looking at me? Does this have something to do with me?
No, it doesn't have
Okay.
anything to do
Well,
with you.
fuck, you're making me nervous. Look
But
at
as a defense attorney, I'll be interested to get your take on this.
Well, you two were just having a great conversation about fucking chicken wings that nobody else that's
Yeah.
fucking out of this fucking city gives a shit
But
about.
when Dan's looking at me setting up a clip, it makes me fucking nervous.
Well,
and I'm
you
gonna
should
be
be
in it.
nervous.
Well, who am I supposed to look at? You just want me to look straight at the camera?
No, you can look at me, Dan. I like it.
There's a lot of clips about you that you should be nervous about.
Turn her over.
But no, I saw this on my social media the other day, sent it to Jason, and I thought we could play it and then do some analysis.
Can't wait.
And I think it rarely does a police body cam video speak for itself.
All right.
Because, as you know, police body cam videos tend to actually raise a lot more questions than they answer.
Especially when they turn off the audio.
This one is a little bit different. I think there's, and I'm not saying it's 100% in context, but I think
Damn.
the crucial.
Frank,
Oh, my bad.
I think you're skating.
But I think the crucial part of this is in context.
Going on 2 hours of sleep, motherfucker.
So let's go ahead and roll that. There we go.
Grow up, Peter Pan. I am too.
You got to listen to the audio.
I was working. You were fucking gallivanting.
Boss, can you stop reaching around? Just put your hands on the dash. Put your hands on the dash, dude.
Let it go a couple of times.
On the dash. You're what? Okay, well, stop tucking your hand into the side. Okay? Hey, stop reaching around, dude. Hey, what? Hey. Boss, can you stop reaching around? Just put your hands on the dash. Put your hands on the dash, dude. On the dash.
You're missing.
No.
You're what? Okay, well, stop tucking your hand into the side. Okay?
It's right there.
You actually have a gun?
Hey, stop reaching around, dude.
Thursday, yeah.
Hey, what?
It's a driver.
Boss, can you stop reaching around? Just put your hands on the dash. Put your hands on the dash, dude.
Yes.
On the dash.
Yeah, I can't make that any bigger. I made that full screen on.
I bet you've told many a woman that.
Jesus fuck.
So there you go. If you got to look towards the bottom of the screen, but clearly you can see the guy pulls out a handgun, puts it on his lap, then the cop starts backing away. So I don't know what move the guy made after that, and then the guy opens fire and dusts that son of a bitch, which I say is a good shooting.
Why
Let's say
move? Well, fuck, two cops have guns drawn on me. This guy apparently didn't even get a GED. I'm not moving. I'd rather live. Fuck it. Whatever's in there, we'll deal with it. Now, if there's a 3-year-old boy in the trunk that I'm going to molest, that's a life sentence. So I'm going to see what happens. But you get what I'm saying. Why not? Why fucking not deal with it in court? You're going to get arrested.
Well, yeah. But that video right there shows clear as a bell that guy pulling a gun out from nowhere.
I saw white cops too, so it's probably profiling.
I'm just saying. In videos like I'm glad that cop went home that night. And the perp, I don't know what happened to him, but
Where did that come from?
it came from Twitter.
No, you don't know what state.
Yeah, I
It
don't.
looks cold. They got gloves on, right?
A lot of cops will throw gloves on, though. You know that they'll put.
Yeah, but the problem is you got to throw them away if you get blood on them.
Well,
I never wash my gloves. That's why I never bought leather again.
It's probably a lot of things you don't wash.
Whoa, fuck off, man. Took me a second. I was looking at
it.
fucking comment when I see my name on there.
Well, yeah, because you give a lot of bullshit to fucking comment on.
No, but that guy, because I mean, look, the cop said, "Put your hands on the dash. Put your hands on the dash, clear as a bell."
When you sent that to me and I watched it, I was like, "Yeah, fuck you, dude.
It looks pretty.
Just
clean.
comply, comply.
Comply.
That's all you got to do."
And you'd still probably be drawing breath today.
I'm going to be a dick, and I'm not intending to, but I want to see the full thing.
I agree.
I agree.
I want to know why they were pulled over, what the whole context was.
That's
but
why. That's
when you
why.
pull a gun out, when the officer's telling you to do something, you pull a fucking gun out, I'm fucking shooting you.
That's why I said that it's not nearly 99+% in context.
You know how asinine and retarded people are. And I did say that, yes, I'm not calling anybody that is mentally handicapped retarded. I am saying people in general are retarded. A guy I know, 23 years old, died Wednesday. Now, it was a horrific traffic accident here on Beachmont, closed the highway or closed the road.
Mm-hmm.
Within an hour, not even. 15,
Which way was he going? Was he going down Beachmont or across Beachmont?
He was going east on Beachmont Avenue from Patterson, Berkshire, one of those ways.
Right.
Within 15 minutes, the watchful eyes of
fucking idiot.
What is that? Watchful eyes of Anderson or whatever.
Yeah.
A bunch of, as Pappas would say, Flavians who have nothing else to do started speculating on posting pictures of body showing without his parents being notified at that point in time.
Why do you keep leaning that way?
Because I'm looking at Dan and my neck hurts.
I know. Well,
I'm sorry, Jason. I'm in the middle of something.
Well, I'm trying to keep you in the fucking camera view. I'll turn it next time.
Started speculating that he robbed the bank. So that fucking floats.
Dude, that was the stupidest.
Then it was, he was going 80 miles an hour. He was doing this and that and stupid and blah, blah, blah. And there's been nothing that has come out official. There's a report from a witness that indicated he was slumped over the wheel. And the vehicle camera was released yesterday by the media from ODOT camera down here at 5 Mile, I believe, that shows he was riding the left curb, what would be the westbound lane's curb, while he was heading eastbound.
Opposite direction.
Yes. And the car flipped and he split the car in half on a telephone pole. Obviously going quick. If he was over the steering wheel, obviously his foot must have been on the accelerator. But the kid died instantly. And these fucking pieces of shit that won't let you post a fucking advertisement for your business in Anderson Township on their little segregated howdy doody Flabian fucking website Facebook page will start posting dead body pictures of a 23-year-old kid and spreading false fucking rumors and bullshit.
They were putting pictures of the dead guy out there.
People were texting him.
Was he? Was he out in the street? I heard the car.
Yeah, he was underneath the car, but you could see body parts underneath it. Didn't even blur it out. At least the news had decency of that, and they waited. The news waited to post those until notification was made to the parents.
I mean, people that are watching or listening that aren't from here don't give that they probably care, but don't know and
go on Facebook. Watchful Eyes of Anderson. Fuck them.
I've never seen in my 23 years as a firefighter paramedic, I've never seen a car split in half like that. Like it was
with the telephone pole still standing
in a very sad way. Impressive to see how that car just split. But to your point, all the bullshit that has been coming down the pipeline to where people will just talk without having actual fucking facts. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up and let the investigation happen. Same thing with this shooting. Same thing with any shooting, but especially here because this hits close to home because
I knew this kid.
A lot of people knew him, and
he was a good kid. He was going to Florida to start college again.
But yeah, I mean, it turned the last few days into a shit show around the local Facebook pages and whatever, and it's. But yeah, you'll get censored, and then we get censored on YouTube for certain things because we're not allowed to say how we feel or what we want because of who owns YouTube and whatever. It's fucking ridiculous. Until you know everything, shut the fuck up.
You know what? And I don't wish ill on anybody. I truly don't. But can you imagine you fat fucking pieces of shit on the Watchful Eyes of Anderson with nothing better to do? If you start posting pictures of your kid in an accident before you're notified,
and we do know that there are some
accident
that do tune into this.
Well, that's fine.
No, that's fine too. I love this.
If you get those photos, that would be a sick sense of karma. If you start posting those photos and speculating on stupid shit, and it turns out to be your kid, imagine how that feels to those fucking parents and their friends of that kid that clearly saw that shit on Watchful Eyes. That is disgusting bullshit. And it's sick. That's why social media is ruining this country.
Well, and I
think it infuriates everybody.
And
what can you do about it? Turn it fucking off.
I think it's something that everybody can relate to because everybody has that wherever they live. They have their pockets of people on social media, whether you're in California, whether you're in Texas, wherever. Everybody has that. Everybody has the fucking Karens that want to fucking do that stupid shit.
Well, I think for a lot of these individuals who do all this constant posting on social media, it's a way for them to make themselves feel important. Yeah. It's a way for them to.
I'm a moderator of a Facebook page.
It's a way for them to validate their existence. Right. It's a way for them to elevate themselves or feel like they're elevating themselves over somebody else. But I got news for you. Yeah, I mean, there's a very small group of people who follow you on this and give you feedback on this and may give you accolades from time to time. But in the end, it doesn't really amount. It's social fucking media. It doesn't really amount to a hill of beans.
Well, and on the grander scale, and I'm not turning political, so please don't think that I am. But on a grander scale,
love it since 513.
YouTube will shadow ban.
Yes.
Even as small as our podcast is, and we're growing slowly, but Yeah, we're not obviously not a Rogan. We're not a Failure to Stop. We're not a fucking Drinking Bros. We know that.
We're not a
Rob-
private
Rob-
community
Rob-
either. We don't have modulators,
Are you growing
regulators, and
right now?
shit. What?
Are you growing right now?
Growing what?
All right, never
Jason said we're growing.
mind. Never mind. I'm done. I'm done with my.
Well, we
comment.
don't. YouTube doesn't have fucking regulators. We don't have a Karen
Moderators.
moderators. Thank you. We don't have a Karen that fucking selects who can come and go. We welcome any and all comments, good and bad. We get them both.
Yeah,
Bring 'em
since
on.
Cincy 513 doesn't agree with a lot of what we say, but he
I talked to
He-
CC 513. I love it.
still tunes in.
And Karen,
Will blow us shit,
Karen,
which is good.
why
I
don't
like
you
it.
open up your watchful eyes of Anderson, huh? So you don't have to fucking apply to get in there and let everybody comment on your bullshit, Karen.
Actually, Cincy 513 just said someone commented on one of the posts, quote unquote, was he speeding? The car was split in half. No, Karen, he was going 35. Nice.
These are the same people that brought you Sammy the squirrel last year, the albino squirrel that died and wanted the speed limit dropped from 25 to something lower so no more squirrels were hit in some of the states.
Wasn't that you?
No, that was them on their website that I went over and covered and ridiculed.
I'm just saying, on a grander scale, if
Open it up.
anybody in the comments wanted to do a podcast, wanted to make a post and put it on YouTube, you should be able to say whatever the fuck it is you want to say. Now, granted, we agreed to terms and conditions of YouTube and their policies. Get it. Shadow ban us if you want. We've been kicked off Facebook for a 60-day fucking jail time, Instagram for 60-day jail time, whatever. But it's the fucking internet. But that's where they throttle you down and don't want want people to hear what you have to say. And on the smaller scale, it's these, and I'm not going to throw a name out because I know exactly who moderates that Watchful Eyes, and it's that stupid shit where you can't say Herking Law Firm is accepting new clients. You'll get kicked off of that fucking page.
You say anything anti-Karen, you get kicked off.
Yes.
Oh, it's bullshit.
I
Now,
got to check that site out.
my dumbass,
You got to apply to get on, Dan.
my dumbass watches it because I enjoy watching the fight because I know a couple people that go in there and fight
I love
and go back and forth, just throwing what we're saying, the bullshit. Why am I not allowed to do this, but this person can do this? This is stupid. But it's entertaining. But then it gets frustrating, and then I don't log on to it for a while.
And I'm not saying this in a racial aspect, and I'm not discrediting the racial civil rights movement. But there is a new civil rights movement that needs to be had, and it's in regards to the First Amendment. It is. The banning of certain speech, the shadow banning, the Karens out there having select groups kicking people off that say things they don't agree with, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, saying, oh, these are our standards. There needs to be a new civil rights movement. Either your social media where anybody and everybody gets an opportunity to speak, or you're not. And then you're something totally fucking different. But you need to open it up.
Well, and that's where you and I have discussed the potentially starting a Patreon.
Yeah.
Because Failure to Stop has had good luck with it, but they don't throttle you down. They don't fucking moderate. It's just a matter of we shouldn't even have to do that though.
No, we shouldn't be worried
we
about
shouldn't
what
have
we
to
say.
go to another fucking platform.
Well, that goes back to basic education because we have far too many people in this country who don't have a clear understanding or a grasp of what the First Amendment is really all about. There's all kinds of speech out there that I find distasteful, that I disagree with, that I would not repeat. All kinds of speech out there that I don't like. But I would never suggest that those individuals ought to be made to shut up. And that's where people don't see themselves crossing the line. They don't like what you say. Well, then they need to, I don't like what Rob Herking says, so he needs to be shut down. He needs to be cut back. He needs to be moderated so his speech isn't offensive to me. And somehow you don't have a problem with that. But what you don't understand is that all those things are double-edged swords and they cut both ways. So if someone says, and you abide by his speech being modified or his speech being throttled or curtailed, then someone can come to you and do the exact same thing for a good reason, a bad reason, or no reason at all. And so many people fail to grasp that concept of free speech, and we have an entire generation now of young people and people who are in these Flavian groups who think that they know what free speech is, but they really don't. And
they're the complete opposite.
And they
of free
fail
speech.
to exercise it.
Well, I think social media, all of them, have done a great job of assimilating the younger generation that is using it most, because the older people were kind of late to the party. I mean, Facebook's an old person's thing, I've been told by many people. But they've assimilated people in the younger generations who have used it since they were young to be okay with that censorship and the terms of use and everything else. So they basically signed off part of their rights. And it's sad because there's bigger issues and bigger things than just social media or, hey, this is my cereal. Fucking look at this. It's awesome. When you get out there, they're used to just acquiescing to whatever big government, big corporations say. And that is truly fucking sad because we didn't have that. We had, you remember the civil rights movement. I'm not making a fucking old person joke, but you had to fight for your right.
Just a little bit before my time.
But it came to a head because people got tired of it. All right. The blacks got tired of it throughout the 1800s, 1900s, and it came to a head in the 50s and 60s, thankfully. The younger generation is going to take them longer to fucking figure that one out, I think, just because they've signed off on it.
And I'm glad. I know we're long, but I'm okay with this because I'm glad we got into this, because where our podcast sits currently, we have private sponsors. We don't have big corporate sponsors that we're having to acquiesce to, is your term. If we piss one of our sponsors off, we know them and we have a conversation.
Yeah.
Like grown men or women, Carrie was a sponsor. If she had an issue, we would have a conversation.
You piss her off, Dan.
We would have a conversation about it.
I don't think so. I saw her on New Year's. We had a good time.
I was joking. Go ahead, Keith. I'm sorry.
But we're not making, we're not making a ton of money, but we're enjoying what we're doing and wanting to be able to say what we want to say. If we get disagreement, through the chats or, through Instagram messages or whatever, you handle it and you talk about it. Where, like Failure to Stop or Drink It Bros or Rogan, probably not Rogan, let's be honest, that guy's fucking just completely rolling in cash, but they piss a sponsor off, then you lose a contract.
Wonder if we'll get a Joe Rogan like
now,
that one day.
Do we want a contract? Sure, we do. But we also want to be able to fucking say what we want to say.
That's kind of where we ran into trouble for that reason alone when we had a contract opportunity.
But we started this on the fact that we want to say what we feel, what we think, and the fact that our fucking society is fucking pushing that down, and it's frustrating as shit.
Well, the thing is, we're not saying anything different than we said before we started this podcast more than 2 years ago. So when we were sitting around here, going back 3 or 4 or 5 years or however long it is, we're all talking about the same things, and we're talking the same way and using the same language that we did back then. And so all I can say about that is at least we, at the end of the day, we can hang our hat on that level of authenticity, because I don't think any of us has changed the way we look at things or talk about things or deal with things any different than we did back then than we're doing now.
Here's a New Year's resolution for everybody. Life is fucking short, as we learned this past week. 23-year-old kid dead. We're not going to speculate on how. Medical, whatever. 23. People die young all the fucking time. We don't know when our time's up. Life is short. Even if you live to 76, 80, you're going to hear it went by so fast. You always hear those in the obituaries or deathbed statements from loved ones, etc. Don't give a fuck what somebody else is going to think. Be authentic to yourself. If that's the way you feel, be authentic. Be real. Say what you feel. If somebody doesn't like it, guess what? That's good for you, because you don't have to deal with their bullshit.
Give a basis so they have a background.
Not just because.
But you don't have to like everybody.
Yep. And not everybody's going to like you, regardless of you thinking somebody likes you. They don't. Not everybody likes you. They'll put up with you, just like we put up with people that we don't fucking like.
Yeah.
It's the way the game works. But I will always say something Trust me, I have no fucking filter.
Yeah, really.
I will.
This is my shock face right here.
I mean, I will say it. You know, I mean,
I actually might have Rich make me a shirt. Looking at you, this is my shock face.
I hope it looks like your O face, man. I'll be turned on every time I'm behind you. No, I mean, you're going to hear, truthfully, what I feel and think. And everybody should be like that. It's just easier. It is easier. And
I might have some thicker skin. Stand behind your beliefs. Stand behind it. I don't have to agree with it. And we can.
Best book I read when I hit 40 was The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. Yeah. I mean, it's repetitive as shit. So read the first 2 paragraphs or first 2 chapters. You're fine. You get the gist. But don't give a fuck. And, you know, people need to grow up, get off social media. We're going to start a civil rights movement this year for freedom of speech.
The one more and I'm out of your civil rights movement.
The one more and I'm out of
here.
Here.
Another chapter.
One more and I'm out of here. ACLU. A sub chapter. I'm going to write them a letter, see if we can get chartered. How's them apples? So, condolences to Jake and his family and friends.
Yep.
And fuck you, Karen.
All of them.
All the Karens can go fuck off. Let's get on something real light, real quick. Howard's Way wings were the original trash can wings.
Sweet.
Born and bred in Cincinnati. So you fucking want to be celebs and oh my God, we're just so howdy doody now. We're just eating these trash can wings. They're so in now. Put that on your fucking Instagram. How's that, apples?
Right.
We're gonna bail out. Are we bailing out?
Yeah, we're back. We're back Monday.
Monday.
Quick turnaround.
Yeah, we got Monday.
It's
Monday, Dan.
I'm going to play the Champions trivia tonight.
We didn't even talk about Bengals today.
There's really nothing to talk about with the Bengals.
I know that. Is this game that's coming up on Sunday
means nothing
to your way of thinking more exciting than a preseason game, or is it about that level?
I think it's more. It's still more exciting because we're playing Cleveland because we never play Cleveland in preseason.
Yeah, it's a regular game too. So Dixon's out.
I want to see AJ McCarron get some snaps,
but we're out of it. So I mean, I'm going to watch it.
I'm going to bet it.
I'll be at the firehouse. I'll watch it. But yeah, I'm not. You know, it is what it is. Like we said last time, there's always next year.
And I'm going to go watch the UK Florida basketball game that is in Gainesville right now, out front. And I did lay a bet down on that. But before we leave, it is the shitty winter time, but spring is right around the corner. If your property is not receiving the attention it needs or deserves, call our friend Trinity at First Green to get it looking great. Simply call Trinity at 513-646-3035 or email them at trinity@gofirstgreen.com. They provide the best services for the best price in Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky and will get your property the envy of the neighborhood. Whether you need landscaping, snow or tree removal, building maintenance, deck or concrete repair, staining, or something else, call them first. Hence the name First Green, 513-646-3035, trinity@gofirstgreen.com. They're the first to go to for all your landscaping and building maintenance needs. That's First Green. Call them first. Just call them.
Just call them.
Call them and say, hey, it's Trin there, and just start talking to them. That'd be hilarious.
Just start talking
to
them.
No, I was told by one more, and I'm out of here to call you first for anything. I've got a cat that pees in the house. Any suggestions on how to make it stop? He loves those calls. I think that's his cell phone number too. So give him a call. And we'll see you guys Monday night. You know, we kind of finished off. I'm gonna do a little couple of teasers, see if we can dig out a contract somewhere where we don't limit our freedom of speech. But nonetheless, Dan doesn't always masturbate, but when he does, he uses Blue True. He says